Analyst Gartner in Singapore and joins us on Straight Talk today. Shalini, thank you so much for joining us on the program today. You know, the global internet community has talked to death the numbers, the price to book, the price to sales ratio, the growth factors and all that. Let's pick up on something we should be talking about, and that is how important Asia is to Facebook. China is closed unless you're on a virtual private network. Can Facebook really flourish without China involved?
Well, if you look at Asia, there are many markets where Facebook is actually getting a lot of traction. In 2011 alone, India, Indonesia, and Philippines has done exceedingly well for Facebook. But of course, China remains out of scope for Facebook right now. But in all these markets outside of China, there is still scope for growth because the internet penetration is fairly low at the moment. So Facebook can hope to shadow the growth trajectory of internet users in these markets. But of course, given the scale of business prospects in China, I think Facebook would like to find a way to get into China.
You know, it seems that censorship is on the rise rather than on the decline. A couple of weeks ago, the market was a bit shocked when Twitter kind of went back on its word and said that it might unilaterally start limiting tweets depending on, you know, the level of offensiveness of content. Is that going to give sort of you know, some sort of flexibility to you know, censorship-leaning governments to really crack down, especially now that Facebook is going public and raising more cash for expansion?
I think there is the Twitter initiative or announcement is really a response to some of the complexities that these companies are going to face as they become bigger. Their presence grows in other markets where there is some amount of censorship or there is a discussion of censorship. So I think that as they mature, as social media becomes more mature, they will have to find a way to bring in some kind of regulatory framework where what is amounting to social material which could be offensive is really regulated, but it steers clear of any kind of regulation of political messages and views. So I think Twitter is trying to sort of navigate complexities in some of these markets and still have a good footing there. And we'll have to wait and see, because this whole space of censorship, privacy, copyright material, this is an evolving space. And both parties, whether it's the government bodies or it's social media, they have a long way to go in terms of figuring out how they want to play out. And let's not forget the fact that social media is a very strong platform. If you've seen how it has been able to influence, you know, the ruling or decisions around SOPA and PIPA, I think it does have quite a significant influence on public opinion. So I guess both government agencies as well as social media will want to play a very prudent, take a prudent part when it comes to censorship.
Finally, Shalini, you know, Facebook is known for its obsession with control, and they've gone through controversial times where they've changed settings and upset a lot of their users. Sometimes they've even had to gone back, you know, they've had to go back and apologize for that. Given that obsession with control, do you think that they might be in a good position to maybe micromanage themselves on a country-by-country basis and therefore be successful?
Well, I think they will start to look at larger markets and focus on those markets. So business will really determine where they want to put their resources and micromanage those countries. And I think with the level of detail that they go into when it comes to protecting their business interest, I won't be surprised if they do so.
Shalini, thank you so much for spending time with us on Straight Talk. It'll be an interesting several months to go.